Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I'm making cards. Well, the initial idea was to make some little cards, like thank you cards. But I have this Sizzix die that I have not used yet and no cards. So I decided to make little folders instead. I'd been cleaning out some of my stuff and I found a thank you card from Gina B. Aaron's that she had handmade that I really liked the design of. So I am doing something similar to that. So that's where the inspiration was. I don't know if she shows making that on her YouTube channel. I think she still has an active YouTube channel. I will link it in the description box below if I can find it. In case you're interested in her. And yeah, we're just going to make a few little cards. I have plenty of painty paper, so I'm going to pull out some of my gel prints. And yeah, I'm just showing you, this is the one I'm going to use to cut the paper that's going to go on top to decorate my little file folders, my little mini file folders. So I'm just pulling out a few. The circles are done on coffee filters. So that's the type of paper that they're on. Some might be tissue paper and some might be deli paper. They're all kind of thin papers, which can be good or bad. Throw in a few brighter colors. To make sure that would fit. Yeah, sorry. This is me sorting through my stuff. They're in those folders by gel print session. Not necessarily by color, though. When I first got those plastic folders, I did have everything sorted by color, but then I decided it was easier to find things by the gel print session I did because I can remember that better. I don't know why, but yeah. So I didn't show me die cutting the folders, but I do show just this one, just die cutting this one on my Sizzix. And I'm new to the die cutting thing. I'm assuming you can buy replacement plates, those clear plates. So mine's getting kind of warped, and I feel like I haven't used it that much yet. Yeah, it's really thin paper. Comes easily. And that was the closest shape I had. And I just thought it would be crisper and cleaner to use the die cut for the rectangle. So, and I am going to ink around my folders, and this is Vintage Photo Distress Ink. Can't remember how many exactly I made. Maybe 8 to 10. But of course, I don't make you watch all of them. And so how are you today? Hope you're doing well. Hope it's a good day for you today. And my videos usually come out in the morning in my time zone. So hopefully you have a good day. So I've inked the inside and the outside, giving that a little extra. I decided I wanted to ink, so I just have these random circles. that I had punched with I think it's a 2-inch punch. And I decided, so the original design I saw, the patterned paper on the front is torn in half and then sewn back together. And so I decided I would put something in the opening where it's torn in half. So that's what the circle is going to do. And I'm just using a plastic card to hold my thin paper while I ink it, and I'm not going to ink the tear. But it's going to look something like that. And I figured the easiest way to do this would be to glue the edges of like this one's pink, the pink paper, glue those edges, and then sew. But I'm pre-poking the holes where the threads are going to go. And I haven't decided if it would have been better with less stitches or more stitches. But all of these that I do are pretty consistent. I used like six stitches, something like that, 5 or 6. I'm trying to remember now. So yeah, just using the Yoo-Hoo glue stick on that, and then we'll put a little glue to hold this in place. I don't think it needs a ton. It's going to be in there. Just hold that down. And then, yeah, we're going to sew this thing together. I tried one with embroidery thread, and I didn't like it as well. So I do have this a little bit thicker thread that I'm going to try and use. If I can find the end. And I've decided I need a needle threader. I saw somebody with one the other day, and I'm like, I think my mom's sewing kit might have the old style needle threader. But I need something because I cannot see those little holes anymore. Some needles are better than others. But yeah, I was having a tough time getting that thread through that needle. I have little wire ones, so I need to do that. I do finally, eventually, there we go, get it. And I leave it double, just to make it a little thicker, make it more of a feature. And then I'm going to stitch down like every other one, and then come back up every other one. So it kind of looks like a corset stitch, yeah, shoelaces, you know, the crisscrossy thing. I was worried that I might have not given myself enough thread to make it all the way, but I think it ended up okay. Putting that one under so it'll come out on top, so when we tie it here at the top, it'll be, you know, it's kind of like shoelaces. Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue to hold the paper down on the ends. This is just really thin paper, so can't really pull on it snug. It'll just tear right through it, so it's strictly decorative. The one Gina B. Aarons did had raffia. I think she had thicker paper, because raffia would never have made it through this paper and stayed. Was kind of a gluey mess, but you don't see, at least I didn't see any of the glue. Like it wasn't obvious that I had a lot of glue on there. Well, and some people who asked for the ATC cards got them inside this little thing. Yeah. I sent it with the ATCs. If you don't know what I'm talking about and haven't requested an ATC, if you watch my 10-year anniversary video where I create the ATCs, it'll have instructions on how you can get one for yourself. So check that out. I'll link it down below. It's a few videos ago now. But I still have some left. As of recording this voiceover, I have some left. And yeah, I made them to give away. So I hope you take advantage of that. And I have a few more of these cards left. You may or may not get one, depending on, how soon you act. So I decided, since it was a file folder, it needed something on that tab. So I am pulling out my labels, trying to find one that's kind of small. And just sticking that on there. Doesn't have any real meaning, it's just random. I also decided that I wanted to put some paper on the inside. So I pulled out, I have a real old steno notepad from my college days, probably that old. So I pulled that out, has some paper left in it, and decided I would, it's not old enough that it's turning brown or anything, but I just tear out some rectangles, and yeah, my video cuts out. Really sorry about that. But there it is on the inside. I tore it out and then inked it and put it in. And I decided I'd do one more with you. Is that okay? I thought these papers were kind of interesting. I need to do like a gel print journal. I've done one. I have one. But, or even one of those grid, you know how they do those grid journaling sort of things? Or grid art. I could do that with gel prints and just do little bits. I've done small books like that too. But, when you cut down a gel print into just one little section, it just looks so cool, Alright, and I'm going to sew this one up the same way I did the other one. And I have to rethread the needle. I had to rethread the needle for each of these. I need to find my needle threader. I kind of forgot needle threaders existed when I was doing this, or I would have gone looking for it. And this time as I stitch them, I am still skipping one every other one, but I'm starting from the top on all of them. It makes it so much easier than trying to find the hole from underneath. I like stitching on like abstract art and stuff. I think it's fun. I don't do it a lot because I do find it kind of tedious, but I do think it looks cool. That could be fun. A little book with gel prints with stitching on it. That might be my next project. Well, it'll be in a little while, maybe. Sorry, my voice was getting a little froggy. I had to stop and cough for a minute. Probably because I haven't done much talking today. It would almost be easier to stab these as you go, you know? I'm going to adjust my thread because it's not long enough to tie. This one I think got even shorter, or I have more cross stitches on there, I'm not sure. And again, I'm going to add the glue underneath. Basically holding down the thin coffee filter paper. And it does hold the threads in place too. Sorry, I do have this like 4 times the speed. That tells you how slowly I was moving. Because this like looks normal, doesn't it? And my glitter glue bottle decided to volcano today, the day I was doing this. It would just keep coming out. I don't have that problem very often. Do you think it's when the barometer changes? Maybe it's when the barometric pressure changes and causes it to volcano. Just tying my little knot. Looks like a little corset, doesn't it? Anyways, I would add music, but copyright and all that. I usually get copyright strikes, and then and I don't want to get a strike, so you have to listen to me talk about random stuff. All right, so here you get to see me create the paper that goes in. And I'm just tearing the corners off just because I don't want it perfect. Then I'm going to ink it up. With the vintage photo. And yeah, that's the two of them. What do you think? Do you like it? Kind of fun. And I figured the people that get them, they can use them for whatever they want. They don't have... I didn't put anything else on the front, like a thank you or anything, which is what Gina did. Which I think would help the front. I feel like it needs a little focal something, but I didn't put anything on there. So the people that get them can do whatever they want with them. I didn't even write inside. I like attached a note separately. So yeah. So here they all are. Let's see. I'm clearing the space. Sorry. Those are the two you saw me make. And then here's the rest of them. Yeah. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gives you some ideas. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hit like if you liked this video. Share it with your friends. Leave me a comment. 22 Club, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you all have an awesome day.